Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. It's me, Teen Shallot, and today we're gonna be talking about what if Deku had heroic instinct. I'm sorry I did not post it yesterday. I recorded it 3 times, but each time took up too much storage, so I could never edit it, or else I would have to post the raw footage. So today that's why I'm doing it today instead. And let's just get on with it. We span down to the USJ. Deku had finally transformed into the complete version of heroic instinct. Finally reached the upper echelons of the quirk or the supernatural world. Deku knew at this moment that he had fulfilled part of his destiny. He felt accomplishment in doing this. And so, he stared at the Nomu, and he was wondering what happened. His mind was calm. Tranquil even. He felt no fear, nor hate. He felt nothing. Nothing but an eerie calm settled over him. He wondered what this was. Was this really what the quirk was? Did it stop you from feeling? No, it could be something different. Maybe this quirks work differently. Maybe you need a calm mind, or a true urge to be a hero to activate it. Maybe I'll never know. Or maybe I will. Only time can tell. I looked at the Nomu, Deku's paws. This is Deku's paw, guys, okay? Don't be confused. Look up at the Nomu, and I'm wondering, what the hell happened? What made this man want to become such a monster? But I never know. Could it even be a man? Or was it just biologically engineered into what it was now, with no free will ever intended for it? I felt sickened to my stomach thinking about this. To the fact that they would create such a monster without regards to whatever the consequences would be disgust me. I looked at all the villains in contempt, bit of anger that they would create something like this. But I cannot blame them. At the end, it is up to their superiors what happens. So I roll along with it. I go up to them and I say, all you villains who wish to fight me, get up here. But if you value your life and your health, I suggest you leave. Because I will not hold back. And neither will anybody else that fights with me. So if you want to leave, leave. Want to stay, stay. But know this, that if you stay, you may not make it out again. To see whoever misses you, whoever waits for you at home. Now those who leave, rethink your life choices. Ask yourself, was it worth it being a villain? Did it end up helping me up in the end? Society may have outlashed me. Society may have outcasted me though. But was it worth it to take these students who had done nothing to them, trying to take them away from their families? What would your parents tell you, or your spouse, whoever you're with, tell you or ask about you if they saw what you're doing today? Think about these words. And when you've had a good answer, I expect all of you to stand down from crime. You may all have problems, but that doesn't mean you gotta let all your anger out on others who have done no wrong. And you ask why villains are outcasted from society. I hope you understand now why. And so after that rousing speech, a lot of villains just decided to up and leave. They just left the USJ. None of the heroes stopped them, none of the students. Deku just gave them that look that told them to let them go and rethink their decisions on what they should do next or how they should deal with the problems at hand. Deku then turns towards the Nomu. No battle power, no battle lust inside his eyes. He felt no need at all. It's as if a bit of the battle power that every person is born with, or that kind of that lust for battle, everything that someone's born with, was not there present at Deku at the time. It was just a calm, serene aura surrounded Deku. Nothing else, nothing more. And so Deku activated his onslaught. It was done in 10 seconds. It was over. He moved his arm, and the Nomu was blown apart into pieces. Immediately taken out. Deku felt this form still had a lot of time left into it. So he decided not to get out of it, in case anything came by, or anything tried to attack. But out of nowhere opened up two portals. Out of it came two things. Two Nomus. But some of them looked a bit human-like. A human Nomu. It looked almost as if they were made, like they were machines. And he thought to himself, could these really be androids? Or are they Nomu? I don't know what these people are, or who they are, or what happened to them. But I need to let them know that this school is under my protection, and that nothing can stop that. And so I went towards them and I said, look here, villains. I will not let you escape for what's going to happen today. You can either decide to take me on, or to take me not to. That is your choice and your choice alone. You decide not to fight me, I will let you gladly go. And I will not bear no grudge against you. But if you come towards me, know this. You will not get out of here unscathed. That is the word of Midoriya. That is my decree. No one innocent shall perish, and none of the villains who are innocent shall perish along with them. Now leave. The androids kept walking forward, and out of a third, and then the Nomu reformed again. For some reason, its regeneration formed up back from its cells, and it came back. It then put its hands on both the shoulders of those things that looked like androids and absorbed them. Which surprised Deku. They were just absorbed into his being. And then he started changing. And then out of the shadows came the best villain of the DBZ to ever exist. Perfect Cell music playing in the background. Cell, the ultimate being, has arrived to lay waste to humanity and claim that he is the most perfect being to ever exist, and ever born or to ever exist on this planet. Cell went up to Deku and he said, "You have the heart of a warrior, child. But it is nothing. It amounts to nothing against someone like me. Now I ask you to stand down and let me wipe out the heroes. Because if you stand in my way, nothing shall remain. For I am perfect, and you are just imperfect. Something that should never have existed in the first place. Now disappear." And then Cell put up the palm of his hand, and he shot a blast towards Deku, and he said, "Take this." And then it was a gigantic Big Bang attack. And then Deku was like, "What is that attack? What was that blue thing that came out of his hands? What was it?" Deku did not know, but he knew he had to know sooner or later. Sometimes there are just things you just can't question. So, Deku goes and he says, "So, you decide to approach me?" And Cell says, "How else am I supposed to beat your ass?" And Cell goes towards him and he says, "You're nothing. What you have is a technique, not a transformation. Or it could be a quirk itself. I will never know. If it's a quirk, I can copy it. If it's technique, I cannot. But let's see if this works." Cell feels the urge to save everybody else from his wrath, to save himself from being killed. And so, a dark aura surrounds him. And he says, "Yes! Yes! This is the power that I've been looking for. Finally, I can show everybody that they stand no chance against me." And then Cell opens his eyes, and his eyes are black. Black aura surrounds him. He says, I have done it. I have unlocked villainous instinct. Deku's like, what's villainous instinct inside his head? And then, for some reason, he seems to know. And then it clicks on him. He must be using his quirk for villainous acts and not for heroic acts. My quirk must be for people who use the quirk to do heroic things and sacrifice their life for others. But he's just doing it for himself and sacrifice others to save himself. That is not the true makeup of a hero. So Deku decides that he will stop it no matter what. He walks towards Cell and he says, Cell, stand down. You stand no chance against me. I have the complete form, and that is only the first stage. I feel like there's a stage above the complete heroic instinct. But for now, I will fight you. And we will truly see whether you are what you think you are. Perfect. Or not. Now Cell, come at me like the warrior you think you are, and let's fight it to the death. And both Cell and Deku go towards each other and rush at each other. Deku says, is that all you got, Cell? And Cell's, no, I got more. And they start punching and kicking each other, kneeing each other. Deku punches Cell's kneecaps, and then Cell goes and knees Deku in the chin, and Deku goes all the way into the sky. And then Cell says, is that all the mighty hero has? I expected more from you. And to think that you even provided a challenge. Shame. And I thought all heroes were strong, but looks like you're just different. Never meant to live, it seems. The hell you just say, Cell? You take those words back before I kill you on the spot. Ooh, I'm afraid. No, you will die. You will realize that there are always gonna be someone stronger than you, and you're gonna lose. And then you'll realize you never stood a chance from the beginning. And then Cell went forward and started punching and kicking Deku. Then he hit him so hard that he knocked him out of heroic instinct. Because Deku's urge momentarily stopped to save others. Because of how hard he got hit. And then he immediately went back into heroic instinct, but not the complete form. And he started fighting with Cell. But Cell kept adapting to Deku's moves. And started taking him down faster and faster. And then Deku went forward and he said, Cell, you will not survive today. And then he went forward and punched Cell again in the face so hard that it went through Cell's head and then knocked Cell's head off his body. And then Deku started panting. And then all of a sudden a beam came out of nowhere and went through his chest. And then he fell on the ground, kneeling on the ground. One arm down, one arm up. His left arm was gone, and then part of his lung collapsed. He was hit by a beam. He did not know what happened. Then out of the shadows came Cell, sparkling, even lighting up with lightning around his body. He said, you thought this was over? You are wrong. I am the perfect being. I have regenerated and become much stronger than before. Now face me and watch as your family around you dies. And then Cell charges up a Kamehameha and he says, Kamehameha. And then Deku, he goes unconscious. And then inside his head, he sees his father. He sees a shadow actually. Okay, he sees his father. He's like, Dad, is that you? No, I'm not your dad. There's someone else you need to meet. I am your dad. But it's not because of me that you have this quirk. It's because of someone else. He's right there behind you. And Deku looks behind, he sees a shadow. And he says, who is this man? He says, his name is Shallot. The strongest Saiyan to ever live. And we are his ancestors. What? I'm his ancestor? Is that why I'm so strong? Yes, said someone else. and then turned on. It was Shallot, and he said, "Yes, you are. You have my blood in your body. There's a reason why you grow stronger every time you train, and a bit faster every time you get hurt. There's a reason why you're able to keep on fighting no matter what happens. There is a reason for everything. My child, you haven't realized it yet. I wouldn't expect you to. But there comes a time in everybody's life when they think they can't do it. They think it's not enough. And it's okay. I was scared like you too when I faced this man. When I faced this being known as Cell, I was scared I was gonna die too. I didn't think I was gonna make it. But my push and the thing that kept me going was my resolve. And we need to know right now, what is your resolve? Everyone has one. I need to know, what are you willing to do just to save those who need you, and to protect your loved ones? You tell me now, or you tell me later. It does not matter. All I want to know is, do you have what it takes to become the best hero has ever lived? Tell me, are you ready to shoulder the responsibilities of being a hero? If you are, then do it right now. Wake up and use the techniques that I give you and destroy that being and become the best hero the world has ever seen. And then Deku, with tears in his eyes, thinking about such a hard moment, he looks up with such eyes, the steely eyes. His whole eyes are silver, his hair turns silver once more, and he said, "My resolve is to never give up." And then he he screams and roars. And then he wakes up immediately where Cell's about to blow the Kamehameha in his face. And then he uses his right arm, put forward, and he says, Kamehameha. And then he yells, ha! And then Cell yells, ha! And then it's a gigantic beam clash. Deku is pushing Cell so far, but then Cell activates Kaioken! And then Deku is being pushed back even further and further away. And he don't know how long he can hold on with this. And then, all of a sudden comes Shallot as an image with a halo above his head, but a hazy image. He puts his hand forward with a Kamehameha as well, and he says, "My child, why are you scared? Release your full power." I can't do it. And then Charlotte's like, "Listen to these words. If you don't do this, your family is gonna die. Your friends are gonna die. But most of all, you are gonna die. And you're better than that. You're better than him. And now, just take those words to heart and yell out with the depth of your heart and shout and kill him and go forward and eat that horse," said Deku. Then he yelled, "Ha!" And then the wave got gigantic. And then Cell was hit by the wave. And Deku put all his power, that is heroic instinct power, went inside the wave itself and blew Cell into the sky. And the gigantic, big blue pillar went up into the sky. And then Cell's theme ends here. And Cell thinks on his life, what he has accomplished. And then he fades away to the night sky, with the beam exploding into the air, creating fireworks everywhere. Cell has been eradicated. Deku immediately goes out of heroic instinct back to his black hair, or black or blue hair. There was a sudden change. He had onyx eyes, onyx hair. He was slightly buffer. And he looked way more handsome. Deku had eradicated Cell using his heroic quirk. He had met his ancestor, Shallot. You may all know what this means. You may all think what this means. But that is why I'm going to be ending it today, folks. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. You may all post theories on what you want, what you think happened, or what you think is going to happen to Deku now. But don't you guys worry about it, because that's a story for another time. This is Teen Shallot, out of here.